Donec et lorem Roma antiqua, or Welcome to Ancient Rome. Hello, and I'm your tour guide, and I will be taking you back in time to explore ancient Rome. Here you will see what our emperors have conquered in land territory. The empire expanded to most of the Mediterranean Sea, Egypt, Spain, Asia Minor, and the north of Africa. Now let's begin with our virtual tour. We had a period of time where our empire was at peace, called the Pax Romana. During that time, we accomplished great things, such as art, engineering, and architecture. If you look, you will see one of our famous roads. The arches of them make the road beautiful, but the real reason they were made was to improve transportation, trade, and communication. Romans built these extraordinary roads to last forever and are still here today. Now looking to your right, you will see an aqueduct. Us humans need water to survive. The Roman engineers created a very intelligent system to bring in clean water to the city and houses. Now not only did us Romans engineer, but once we learned how to use mold correctly and strongly, we had started to build beautiful domes, which had never been done before. Now we weren't the only ones who came up with everything. We had some influences, the Greeks being one. We were greatly influenced by the Greeks. We had even took their way of religion before Christianity had rose. We all had to learn, or at least the ones who had got to learn, the Greek language. Many Romans used their way of building, such as arches and columns and more, which Greeks had included in their buildings. People still visit to see their beautiful art today. As our empire expanded, we needed more protection. Anyone who had owned land had to serve time in the army. Rome's form of government was a republic, which means it was ruled by citizens instead of connections and family rights. Yet beforehand, it was a monarchy, aristocracy, and a democratic. Roman law was written on 12 tablets, which were put in the forum for everybody to see. These laws were written by citizens. One of the laws stated that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. These laws are the base for many countries today, as well as including the U.S. At first, Romans hated the idea of Christianity, the Romans being so strong on their multiple gods. Their hate was so strong that they even executed Christians or put them in gladiator games to die, and had tortured them. Constantine, a new emperor, realized eliminating Christianity would not work and had embraced it. He then made it the official religion. Diocletian, a harsh ruler, split the Roman Empire into east and west. He had took over the west side, and Constantine had took the east, and that led to the fall of Rome. Now, like all good things, they must come to an end. There was four major problems for the fall of Rome. One of them was economy and social difficulties. Much money was spent on parties for the emperor instead of health care or protection for the empire. As well did they spend money on their passion for cruelty. This also led to many crimes. Due to the privileges of the wealthy, this left the poor with no health care. Most money was spent on the military to keep them in their jobs and not to rebel, which forced the empire to raise taxes. With chaos inside of the empire, many barbarians could attack. Tribes such as the Germanic had tried to take over, leaving Rome with no protection. The taxes had gotten so high that some people had no money at all, and many were very, very poor and had to pay with trade instead of coins. Not only was there economy problems, but there was tragic political problems. The emperors of Rome helped with the fall of Rome. At first, new emperors would be voted in by citizens, but then the highest bidder would take place as new emperor. There were men who did not have enough to pay for slaves. These men had to sell their farms. Thousands of these men filled the cities. Romans relied on machines and human labor. They made many machines in the Pax Romana, yet when in chaos they failed to make any more machines, and Romans could not pay their workers. This led to unemployment. There was much poverty in the empire. The empire fell in 476 AD, and thus was the fall of Rome. Grazie arrivederci, as the modern day Italians would say, thank you and goodbye.